Hello and happy Monday. It looks like I'm getting some bright sunshine in here because my face almost looks like I'm in development for getting some photos or something. But I'm glad that I could be with you. Hi, Tori. Thanks for joining in. Wasn't sure if I'd feel up to it or not. Surgery went well on Friday, just kind of sleepy. And if anything, my headaches are making me want to take meds that make me sleepy. But my wrist pain has been pretty non-eventful, and I'm thankful for that. So Lisa, it's so good to see your name pop up here too. So I know it may seem crazy that, oh my goodness, I'm back at it again. So my restrictions are I can't lift more than a pound, but there's a lot of paper that you have to add up to have it get to a pound. So I think I'm in pretty good shape with that. And I'm kind of challenging myself today because I'm kicking off today, today and the next couple days with my new hostess, Kim Nas. And Kim loves to scrapbook and she gets together with her friends to scrapbook. So what I'm going to do is put together a scrapbook layout for you guys. And for those of you that put together cards and go, oh, that's not my thing, I'm making them coordinate. So if you're a scrapbooker and joining in for the first time and go, you know, I scrapbook, but I have no idea how cards work, I'm hoping that seeing the two together will be just what you need to make the connection that way. And I hope that it can make it seem clear to you too. So let me get started by showing you the card. I'm going to do the face or the scrapbook layout as I go along, but I have the card done ahead of time so I can show you that. So it's going to be a sympathy card, and the products that oh, there's my face. Like I said, I think it's the lighting in here. It was so sunny that my face looked really weird until the camera was able to focus on the card, and now my face isn't so just black and white. Hey there, Barb. So yeah, Tori, it's kind of fun when I do her parties. I try and do a little bit of both cards and scrapbooks and such like that too. So I thought, well, I want to try and keep it like as familiar as she's used to and such. And so yeah, so this is going to be a sympathy card with the Dragonfly garden bundle. So let me get my camera turned around here. I've got my iPad working, so that's good. And I've got all sorts of stuff laid out. As you know, when you scrapbook, it takes a little bit more space and such, just because of everything like just being a little bit bigger. Kim used to be my neighbor before we moved, and so it was always so fun to just trot across the street to do her in-home parties. She scrapbooks 8.5 by 11, so that's the size of page layouts that I'm going to do for you guys too. So this is the Dragonfly Garden, and here is the card that I'll be making second. Hi there, Julie. So I'll do Kim's scrapbook layout first, and then I'll work on this card. And I want to try and do simple things so that the video doesn't get too long, but yet to be able to do like a couple projects in one video that coordinate could be kind of fun. So yeah, so this is from the Dragonfly Garden Bundle, and if you like to follow along, that is from page 27 in the mini catalog. So that has the stamp set and the punch featured there. So that bundle's $36.75. So that's a good deal for both of that. And then the sentiment on there, sorry for your loss, that is one of the freebies. And that is from Heal Your Heart. And so that is in the celebration brochure on page 9. So that is where that comes from. That I'll use the greetings or the stamps, sentiments, excuse me, will only be used on the card. And then for the rest of the things, that will be on the scrapbook page. So I'm going to just set the card aside. And like I said, Kim likes to scrapbook 8.5 by 11. So the base of her project here is going to be 2 8.5 by 11 early espresso sheets of cardstock. And I'm pulling in some neutral tones because when I'm putting together scrapbook pages for somebody, of course, I want them to be usable. So I'm bringing in a couple pieces of paper from the In Good Taste Designer Series paper. So you can kind of see the little bits and pieces. I always put my scraps back, but it's kind of fun how you can just see in that package. Thank you, Drake. And so you can see all the little bits and pieces of the designs that are right in there. And so for the cards that I'm making, I'm using this sheet. And then for the scrapbook page, I'm using this one. So it kind of has like a tweed. Sean is a basketball coach, and it kind of reminds me of the patches on one of his suit coats when he's coaching. And then, like I said, that'll be for the cards. So that's from the annual catalog In Good Taste Designer Series paper. And so what I did is just took a 12 by 12 sheet of the In Good Taste, and I just trimmed it down here. So I would have this be, this is the 11-inch side, and so I trimmed it so this is 10.5, and then I took that and just cut it in half. So we have a 10.5 by 6 on both of those. And so that I'm just going to tack down so that I have an equal amount on both sides. Sometimes I kind of split up and have different sizes on each, just depending on what I do. So maybe tomorrow it could look totally different, and I have an idea what I'm going to do tomorrow because I kind of want to make sure that whatever I'm putting together for a scrapbook page, I can also use those products to make a fun card, because whoever orders through Kim's Party is going to get the cards too. So that I'm just going to kind of put equal distance then on each side. So I have that there. And because of my lifting restrictions and such, I did want to have to grab my my Big Shot. I was worried about grabbing something that I shouldn't have just out of habit. But ahead of time, I embossed using, let me grab this, the Painted Texture 3D embossing folder. And actually doing things ahead will make that go quicker so that I can do both the scrapbook layout and the card. So this is my new favorite, Painted Texture. I hope that I'm not showing this to you too much, but look at how gorgeous this is on the gray granite. So it just really looks fun that way. I cut these 4 1/4 by 6. So that way, if these are used as photo mats for Kim, then they're of a really nice size. That's about the biggest size that I could fit in her folder without it being too much. And I did get like a little bit of a crease there, not terrible. And I want to make sure I'm using the right size. So like I said, I wanted her to be able to put regular size photos on there as well. So let me think. I'm going to put this one up here, and I'm just going to kind of overlap a little bit onto the Early Espresso so that you can see some of the Designer Series paper and the Early Espresso there. And I've got that, so that's just one of them. And then I'm going to grab my Early Espresso. And so these I just cut 4.5 inches by 4.5 inches, kind of a square look. I think we all know too when we scrapbook that there's some things that you want to just kind of trim down and have the focal point be more of the focal point instead of the whole picture too. So these will work great for that. So this I just kind of want to pop up in this corner like so, and then this one is going to go down in this corner like so here. So we've got pretty much a pretty quick and easy scrapbook layout going like so. And so then it just comes to the point of accessorizing, which is going to be quick and simple today as well. So I'm just going to take some white cardstock here and open up my Memento Black ink pad, and taking one of the Dragonflies from that stamp set, I'm just going to ink that and stamp it out here like so. Look at all the detail in those wings. I just love it, love it, love it. And then I'm going to open up my Early Espresso ink pad, And they have these fun wings. So I've mentioned this before when I've used it. The wings kind of want to go up. So when you do both sides, some will then on the other side look like it's going down. But really, it turns out okay. It doesn't look like it's too goofy or anything. So I'll tap and kind of stamp off and then fill in the wings. And same here, stamp off and then do the other side. And it's going to give it just kind of a really light look there. So that's how that looks. And so then that's ready to punch out. So I'm just going to feed that right into my punch here. Hey there, Pam. I'll be with you as soon as I'm done with my video and I'll follow up. Pam and I were kind of chatting and kind of just waiting to connect and such. Okay, so these little pieces I didn't stamp. They're just going to be little white extra butterflies, or dragonflies, excuse me. And then I've got that ready to go. So to save time for you guys, I did a bunch of the dragonflies. And so what I'm going to do then is just attach these with glue dots. Often when I do Kim's party, I will take and put the accessories on just one little glue dot like so. So that way, if she wants to rearrange what she's doing or put a picture underneath there and then turn around and use the dragonfly as more of an accessory or something, then she's got that to work with too. So, oops. Let's see how many glue dots I have left here. So then I've got these little ones here that I'm just going to keep attaching like so. Kind of fun how the white on here really pops with the early espresso. And like that. And then I've got, oops, that one's already attached. And I've got one more that I'm going to put on this one here like so. I've always been a fan of neutral colors. I have a Stampin' friend when we go to events. She's like, I don't know if you like to make masculine cards or what it is, but she goes, I notice that you're always drawn to the things that are more of the neutral colors and such too. So I'm just about down to the end there of my glue dots. I've went through a lot of them this month. Okay, and I think I'm just going to put one more on this page. But so simple just to keep adding these little things. And don't we all have little scraps of the white cardstock and such too in our stash? So I kind of wanted to leave this one a little bit more blank if she wants to put like a title over there, and then this one on the other side I did more all the way up. So hey there, Carla. So I don't know if my camera's getting both of these on there together. Hi, Lynette. So that's just my super easy scrapbook layout, and like I said, I did put, you know, a little bit of texture on here to show through and such, but I just thought, you know, to make some kind of thing where Kim can easily add some photographs and such too. I know they love to go camping, so maybe the dragonflies will go together with that, and having the neutral tones will work good for that too. So let me just set that aside and then build my card for you that's going to coordinate with that project as well. So there again, just so I didn't grab anything that was too heavy for me today with my wrist, I did do my embossing with that painted texture 3D embossing folder ahead of time. So I'm just going to go ahead, make sure I'm putting my tape on the right side. I'm gonna get that adhesive on there. So this is 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to put that on Early Espresso card base. And so that is one that folds like this today. And if you're just joining in, I'm making it be a sympathy card. And so on Kim's layout of her scrapbook page, I had kind of that tweed look from the In Good Taste Designer Series paper. This time, yes, Lynette, I know you love those dragonflies. I need to get something too with dragonflies. Hi, Deb. So I'm using a different pattern, and this one almost reminds me of like carpet, but this is also from In Good Taste. So I'm cutting this 3x4, and what I love about cutting 3x4 pieces is that it gives you a lot of 3x4 pieces without any leftover scraps if you're making several cards and want to get the most out of your 12x12 piece of designer series paper. So then I'm going to layer this on a 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 piece of early espresso there. And then I have this little strip here, and that's where I'm going to pull out that free celebration set. So I didn't use this at all for the scrapbook page, but Heal Your Heart, So Sorry, or Sorry for Your Loss is what I'm going to use. And Kim's mom is always in attendance and loves to put cards together. So I was also trying to think of Kim's regular guest list of who comes to her party. And her mom is always needing ideas for sympathy cards, and aren't we all wanting those, because we like to have them on hand and ready to go. So I have Sorry for Your Loss there that I just stamped out in early espresso. And I'm just going to take and put one swipe of the adhesive. I almost thought I had it on my card. I'm like, why is that crooked? That's why. Okay, so then I know what I forgot to do. I'm going to see if I can tuck. This is something that I always tell you guys, don't forget if you're going to put on ribbon first. Oh, this is coming off great. Maybe I shouldn't have done a video today, just kidding. If this is the worst thing that happens, that's not so bad. I want to put some ribbon across here and then I'll put it back on. So I'm glad that popped up like it did. It can be done some days, folks. So I'm going to use a shimmer ribbon, and this is a gray granite color. So that's also the color of the cardstock there. Another thing, if you have it on hand, that would work really well with this project is the... where we go, faux suede trim, and that's the early espresso color, which would also match perfect with this card. This is that really soft ribbon, easy to tie with and such, and same with the gray granite shimmer ribbon that I'm using. That's easy to tie. But with this project today, I'm not even tying. I'm not tying a ribbon. I'm not tying a bow. I'm not tying a knot. So I'm just going to kind of eye this. Oops. Across there like so, and then I'm just going to cut to that with my ribbon scissor, and with some glue dots I'm going to press that ribbon into there. I'm supposed to use my fingers a lot, guys, so don't feel like, sorry for me, like, oh, is she doing too much? I'm supposed to move my fingers as much as possible to keep that moving. So I feel like, you know what, I'm doing myself a favor by crafting for you guys today and every day. Okay, so that I'm just going to tuck around to the back side, and hopefully that stays even, and I'll tuck that to the back side, and with those glue dots that'll stay there. And then I'm just going to add some more adhesive because I tore it off. I just want to make sure it's got a good stick, and I'll put that right back on, so nobody will know what happened unless they were watching the video. Okay, so I've got that going on there, and that just is so pretty together, that shimmer ribbon with that textured embossing folder. I'll try to find another embossing folder to use next time, because you guys might go, okay, there she is using that again. So I just want to add a little lift to this layer, and so I am going to put dimensionals not in the center, just on the 4 corners, because I don't want it to get too bulky to send through the mail and such. So I'm just going to center that like so. And then same type of dragonfly as the scrapbook page. So there too, I just stamped this out in black ink, and then with these little wings, I just stamped them up in early espresso, stamped it off to give them a lighter look, like so. So I have the dragonfly there, and mostly just because I don't want the video to get too long. So if you watch it from start to finish, you'll see how I constructed that dragonfly. And then I'm just going to tuck that so it goes right up to the sentiment there. And then for my added little accessory that I like to do for the front, I'm going to take my Wink of Stella. Here it is. I was like, where did that go? I think dragonflies naturally in nature just have that gorgeous sheen of sparkle. So I'm going to try and color this on here, because as I was doing it, it's like, oops, can I get it in the camera and still do it? What it does is it kind of like pull the color, if you can see that, pulls the color and almost kind of colors it in, besides adding the shimmer shine to it too. So we'll see if that picks it up in the camera. So you can kind of see that it filled in a little bit more of the color as I added that to it. So maybe if I get it to move a little bit, you can see, yeah, the shimmer shine on there, which is such a fun addition. And then I'm just going to leave the body part just plain like so. And with that, it could be a guy card. Oh, now I'll send the camera. Well, my lighting anyway is picking up the shimmer shine really nice. It almost gives it like a gold glow to it. For accessories and that, if this is a guy card, I don't want to go too overboard, but here too, the elegant faceted gems, kind of, I pulled them out because they go with this ribbon, and I thought maybe if I just used the clear gems on here, then it would look like okay, it won't look too overdone. So I'm just going to put one small one and one large one on here, kind of just on each side of the sentiment, just to add a little bit something there. Thanks, Pam. And then for the inside, I thought the inside turned out so pretty and very simple. So the wishing I could heal your heart sentiment, that is from the Heal Your Heart freebie from Celebration. So I'm just going to ink that up in Early Espresso ink, and look at how pretty that Early Espresso ink is on the gray granite. And so the gray granite's still light enough where you can write whatever you want, sign your name on the card, but then it's just a little warmer feeling than if you were using basic white on there too. So I'm just going to do that and then take that to the inside, and then we'll have that card done. So thanks for hanging with me for all the projects today. So once again, here's the card, outside and inside, for Kim Noss's first project, and then her coordinating scrapbook pages like so. So this is Kim's host code that I'm starting her projects today. Let me get my camera flipped around. So kind of the reason why, like I said, if you're just joining in, whenever I've done parties for Kim, I've always tried to do scrapbook pages and kind of a mix of scrapbook pages and cards. And so she'll get to the pages that I'm designing as her hostess gift. And then anybody who orders and places a minimum $25 order towards Kim's party, then you'll get the coordinating cards for the project. So yeah, like you won't get the scrapbook pages, you will get to the Dragonfly card, and then the 2 cards that I'll be making the next couple of days too. So thanks, Tori. So yeah, I was glad I came to you guys earlier today because I didn't want to get too tired. And maybe somebody wants to say hi. Do you want to say hi, Weston? Nope, he's really shy today. So he's just kind of hanging out with Grandma. I think it's almost time for a nap for both of us. So, but so yeah, so that's how you'll get cards and not scrapbook pages for this. And I'll come to the next couple days. I felt like since it's my first day back, I wasn't sure how tired I'd be. So I'm just doing Kim's, but maybe tomorrow, if I'm feeling up to it, I might do a double feature to do a project for Kim's party and then continue on with Stamp Camp cards too, because I need to get those in this week because this is the last week of January. So have a great day, guys. That's it for me today, and hopefully I'll see you if you can join in tomorrow. Thanks. Bye-bye.